I think as time goes on, that remains to be worked out. But my point is, if you talk to people about the historical context, okay, and let me get to this graph I want to show you. Let's see here. Okay. And I'll kind of scroll down here. I just tell people rates aren't that bad. It's just really not that bad. Historically, rates are still on the low side of average. Okay. Now, this graph doesn't have, you can see down at the bottom for the 2020s decade, we don't have the numbers for '02 and '03. If '02 were there, 2000, 2022 were there, that's going to look more like, mid fours. Okay. If you were to average it. Now, of course, in '03, right, we're in the sixes. We're in the low to mid sixes now on a 30-year fix. This is just a graph of last 50 years, 30-year fixed rates. Okay. I mean, look what went on in the 80s, right? Look what went on in the 90s. The 2000s, we're basically kind of in 2000s, 2000 to 2010. So we get into 2010 through 2020, 2021, those were artificially the lowest rates in the history of the United States of America, right? Will we ever see that again? Who knows? It's really tough to predict anything anymore. It's just bonkers. It's tough to predict. I used to think I had a really good handle on rates and, what's driving it, where we're going, what we're doing. I don't pretend to be I don't prognosticate anymore. I can tell you that industry consensus is that we should see some softening rate wise in the next 12 to 18 months. Hopefully at that time, we're back into the fives, maybe even the low fives would be a win. To help with some of the affordability issue, certainly no question about that. But I just try to make the point that, we're still on the low side of average mortgage rate wise. And there is it's not for sure that prices in Florida are going to plummet or even come down. There has been no single bigger factor to, household wealth and generational wealth really than owning a home. And so I'm big on home ownership. Now, so I think that's the conversation I like to have with people who are on the fence. Too many people are frozen with fear right now. And it's my job, I feel like, to kind of help provide that guidance and to help them understand that. And I think that's good information for you on the real estate side to have as well. And maybe you're already doing that, but I wanted to kind of talk about this because I think it's a really important part of this market and getting people to understand that markets always shift, markets change, it's cyclical. Eventually it's going to come back around and be more in their favor. And so why not jump in now? It's there, we can talk ourselves out of a lot of things. And I think, you don't want to talk yourself out of a potentially a financial move that's going to set you up for the future. And that's the point. So yeah, I mean, look at this graph. It just kind of spells it out.